Welcome! This is Random Bout of Idiocy with your host Biazaz. Today's video will be focusing on the June 2014 update. I wanted to show you a day in the life of Ataru Taru when he goes to Merit or EXP after this update. Now this is the first time I've done any EXP or even been on SAM since the update, so it'll be quite interesting for me as well as you guys watching. I'm showing you some of the new merit points and job points. These are some of the things you can do with your job points, which are a lot like merit points for those of us that haven't played in a while, but they have to be earned on the job that you're going to try to put the job points into. They are also, the ratio is really bad right now. It's kind of a pain to get enough points to level them all up. But I assume that's because they want you to grind it a little bit, and then they will make it easier later like they've been doing for the last year or so. Square Enix's plan seems to be make it hard for a little while, then when the new stuff comes out, make it a little bit easier so people can catch up, which I don't necessarily disagree with, just pointing out what it seems like or what maybe they have said. I don't know, I don't read the forums too much, but that's what it feels like for sure. I'm in Port Juneau, and I'm going to show you how to get out to the EXP spot quickly, and with the idea again that people who haven't played in a long time might be curious, how do we move around, what's EXP look like? And I thought about this, I said, you know, it really is so different than the first few years of this game's life. I've played since the first week or two of the North American release, and I've seen a lot of changes. Of course, I've taken breaks like a lot of us have, but pretty much played fairly consistent for that time. This is how you get to Ottawan quickly. They've added teleport crystals, which used to be home points, a lot of people might remember. Now they've made it so you can teleport between all the different home points, and they added new home points so we can warp almost anywhere, which was always a problem with Final Fantasy XI in its early days. Just walking somewhere took forever, and you had to wait on people. I'm going to get Ionis, which is their version of Signet in the new expansion. It adds a lot of different things like Store TP and even Treasure Hunter to just anybody. If you want the list, I could Google that for you. But anyway, we're going to try to show you how to get to Woe Gates. I was curious because I walked by this player, and he is one of my oldest friends. I remember getting this relic for him when it was extremely hard. It was one of the first relics that North Americans had that I can remember, and it took us a while to get it. So he just happened to be standing there, so I checked him out. This is how you get to the new zones. They have waypoints instead of the telecrystals, so I'm going to show you how to get to those. If you look at that list, it was all new stuff except for you can go to Juneau. So we're going to go to Marajami Ravine, and this will be Bivouac 4. One thing that I'll do is I'll pull up my menu right away, and you'll see that it takes a while for things in the Mog Wardrobe, which is a new thing from last month's update, and it takes them to load, which kind of throws me off sometimes. Watch it, I'll have no head or weapon, and that was because they were inside my Mog Wardrobe, which seems to be taking an extra second or so to load. If you don't know about the Mog Wardrobe, it's just like your regular inventory except for only weapons and armor can go in there, and it's made it so you can change jobs really quickly. I can have almost 3 jobs worth of equipment, and some of those jobs take a lot of gear, so it's definitely a welcome addition to the game, and we love it, that's for sure. Trying to think of what else you might need to know before we go here. Essentially, you can see that everybody's not in the zone yet, so I'm just kind of running out there and going to sit and wait for them to kind of catch up. So there are rings that increase your EXP merits or job points, but I'm not going to use them for this video. That way you guys can see kind of what a true rate of EXP I'm getting. Let's see, the big things that they changed also in this last update were they added key items that you get from each of the Wildkeeper Reeves, and you get those key items and you can augment certain gear. There is a video that I did where I fought a Chuka, the T-Rex, and it was able to augment a piece of gear with, you could have put like haste on it, damage taken, or 8 strength is what we're all looking for. I'm kind of bored here, so I'm sitting down, gonna wave at the camera here for you. But we wanted to make more videos of the Wildskeeper Reeves with Yasin and Lunatone, but so many people have been doing them, they're hardly up. So if you're not playing right now, or you can log on just enough to get those wins and augment your gear, please do it. And every one of those weapons can get occasionally attacks twice, which early testing seems to be around 40% of proc rate. It's pretty nice, especially if you just got mules and things like that. It's nice to have that on. And I mean, you can get occasionally attacks twice and crit percent 4%, things like that. I think you can even put regen 3 on it. So it's pretty nice. You can see that we've got a bunch of characters here. I guess I should have explained. There's only two of us really playing, and we're both three boxing. You've seen videos with Kilkenny where he's three boxing Delve wins, so he's pretty amazing, pretty good player. I'm three boxing. I'm using a core that's got terrible gear and missing a bunch of the duration gear. He does have the new ring though, and I'm using a white mage. He's using a white mage with Yag Rush and his mythic bard Yallarhorn relic MP mythic bard that he's got there. So we've got decent songs. And the idea was I wanted to show you guys what kind of damage we're putting out. I think you'll agree that it looks pretty nice. And um, he's using Mythic Koga, the Mythic Great Katana, excuse me, which I should be done with in a 14 days. Um, but I do not have it, and I'm just using Suramaru, which just about anybody could get with just a couple friends to help them out. It's really not too bad of a thing to get, and it's very nice. No matter what you do with it, if you weapon skill, you're going to end up with 25 TP, or 1/4, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you're going to end up with the new TP, it's 250, I believe, is what it'll end up with, or 350 if I'm in auto and zone because of that Ionis that we talked about. Sorry, I'm a little bit confused only because it's one of the first days with this 4-digit TP gain. If you look, you're seeing that it goes to 1,000, and then I can weapon skill instead of 100. For years, we kind of believed that's how it was working, that we just couldn't see the other digit, and it appears that with this new update that we were correct. You can see a lot of, as you can see there, light chains for 11k, weapon skills for 10k. Um, if you're well buffed, and we're wearing accuracy gear, you will get those kind of numbers. If you don't, I'm seeing a lot of 3 to 5k. If you're missing a lot of buffs and whatnot. In fact, at one point, I lost a couple songs and my accuracy was just terrible. It took me forever to kill an eft, but that's only happened once, and it was after this video was made. So, and the idea here is I'm going to show you one loop of this. I did make a mistake because I didn't show how much EXP we made in that one loop, but I'm sure you can see, right there, for example, already 4 merits. That should be blindingly fast for anybody who remembers the old way to merit. And hopefully you guys get something out of watching these movies. We're not by any means trying hard or thinking that we're, breaking the mold here. We're just kind of walking through and weapon skilling some stuff. We try to be efficient. We try to do a pretty good job, and hopefully you guys can come out with a few friends. I would imagine, even if your friends don't have quite all the gear that we're using, that you should be able to get close to this amount of EXP. Just, if they have, a 3-song bard, and which is easy to get these days, you should have no problems. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a million more things I wanted to say, but my time is almost out. You will see that I kind of come around, and that will be the end of the loop. At that point, you need to run back to that first room you saw, which is down and to the right. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoy the video, and we will see you again on Random Bouts.
I gotta go now, Toodles.